All right, that was the go home show for Friday Night SmackDown for the Royal Rumble. A lot to get to. Today I will be going live on TikTok. As I said before, I'm not doing the live streams on YouTube yet. I don't have enough subscribers to do that with. So I'm building all the fan base over at TikTok. Then I'm bringing them over to YouTube, and if I could at least reach to like 100, then we'll do the live streams after that. But for now, I'll be doing it on TikTok. So if you guys want to join me on TikTok, same name, same logo. You can find me on TikTok over there doing the live stream. But yeah, but before I get to the video, like and subscribe, and let's get to it. All right, so we start off with Cody Rhodes. So all right, he goes out there, he pumps up the crowd, right, and he talks about winning the Rumble, as everybody else does. But yeah, he pumps up the crowd. He talks about winning the Rumble. He mentions Drew as champion. He mentions CM Punk as champion, and he says, "Hey, eventually they'll have to do that face off." So that's a match that we've all been talking about for a while, right? So yeah, we're waiting for that one. Yeah, so then Randy Orton comes out and interrupts, and he tells Cody, look, we're friends, we're like brothers, but if once we cross each other in the Royal Rumble, we're no longer friends or brothers. I will not hesitate to throw your ass out the ring. So he says he's gonna win the Royal Rumble, right? Jey Uso comes out and then he says he's gonna run it back and win the Royal Rumble, right? Then Sami Zayn comes out. He can't win the Royal Rumble. He's in a title match, right? So he says, yeah, I'm gonna win the WWE title, right? So it won't be Drew you guys will be waiting for after the Royal Rumble. It'll be me. So everybody's just like, okay. And then the Vision comes out. You hear Paul Heyman's voice. Everybody's booing. He tells them, none of them, it's not going to be any of it's not going to be Sammy's night. It's not going to be Randy's night. It's not going to be Cody's night. It's not going to be Jay's night. It's going to be Braun Breaker's night, right? So Randy gets on the mic and he says, oh, shut the hell up and let's have a fight or whatever. And then, you know, they're all everybody's bargaining, you know, everybody's just, then Nick Aldis comes out and goes, all right, Paul Heyman, you just gave me an idea. In the main event, we'll have a 4-on-4. So he didn't book a main event match, so he had his chance right here. What is going on with these WWE general managers? They don't have main events booked. They book it on the night. But yeah, so we he sets up that match for later on tonight. All right, then we get our open challenge. United States Open Challenge. All right. Rey Fenix answers it, and yeah, we go back and forth between the two. Rey makes one little mistake, what causes him to lose, and yeah, nothing but net. Carmelo wins. I wonder when they're gonna do a feud with Hayes. I don't know. I feel like the United States belt has all been about open challenges. They haven't really done a feud yet, right? I don't know why they haven't had any feuds with it. I don't know. It's strange that they haven't had a good feud with it yet. It's just been open challenges. I don't know. The mid-card title's all been like that. Dom is hurt. I feel like Dom really hasn't really had a good feud yet. I don't know. They have to do better with these titles. It's like all the belts are all over the place. They don't really have good stories. Besides like the world title now finally has a story. And the WWE title. The women's title, pretty good. The women's Intercontinental title, good. But the women's United States, the men's United States, and the men's Intercontinental title, and the men's tag team titles, both. I don't know. It's all over the place. But yeah, then we get ILJA Dragunov watching off watching, Carmelo win. He was in the back. Miz approaches him. He tells Miz, I will kill you right now. Give me a reason not to kill you. And he just tried to say, oh, he didn't plan to do that or whatever. But he shakes his hand. He says, I'll see you in the ring later on. So I don't know what Miz thought this was, but yeah, ILJA is going to kill you. Then we get Damian. Well, before we get Damian, we got Truth, with those tally balls. I don't know, for people to pick around. I feel like Damian was the only one who did this tonight. Am I the only one who seen that or saw that? Did anybody else pick numbers? I think Damian was the only one, to be honest with you. I'm gonna be very serious about that. I know I only saw Damian do it. So why was he the only one who had to pick a number and no one else did? So yeah, he says he gets one of the balls and he looks at the number and he goes, he didn't like it. And then Trish goes, you can go again. And Nick goes, no, can't do it again. Damian goes, it doesn't matter. I have more time to throw people out. So, but yeah, why was he the only one? Can somebody explain that to me? Am I going crazy? Was there any other people who did it? He was the only one. That's not fair. Then we get an interview with Drew. He talks about Sami. And he says, is he willing to do anything to win the title? Maybe. Who knows how desperate Sami is? But we will see, right? Then we get a backstage interview with Rio and Io. There we go. I got there. They say they will win. They will be friends after the Rumble. We'll see about that one because apparently they're supposed to be having a match together. So yeah, I don't know. They'll be friends at the Rumble. Julia and Kiana walk in. They say they will take their titles away from them. Then Nia and Lash come in. They say, oh, they'll be in the Rumble, and whoever's next, between the two, who after the match, they'll be next. So yeah, that's how we end that. Then we get a ring segment with Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. Yeah, I got there. Jeez, so much was going on tonight. Because they were setting up a lot of things, right, for the Royal Rumble. Charlotte says that she's gonna win the Rumble. Of course, she'll say that. Then Alexa Bliss says she's gonna win the Rumble. So somebody's lying here. Everybody all night kept saying they're gonna win the Rumble. Somebody's lying. Then the Judgment Day comes out. Liv, Roxanne, and Raquel, and they say, "Oh, their friendship is funny, whatever." They're not really friends. Everybody's been doing that to them. And they say that one of them are gonna win the Rumble. So one of them are lying. Maybe not Liv. Liv is literally the favorite, right? But if you watch my predictions video, I picked Bianca for a reason because of the whole Jey thing. That's just my choice, but I wouldn't be upset if Liv wins. Again, she is the favorite. So that was just my choice. I was just thinking booking wise, like that's what I would do since Bianca has been around, right? So they attempt to go to the ring when they tell them, "I'll come down here," and they go, "Nah, not tonight." And Nick goes, "Not so fast." Tag team match. So Nick Aldis was just booking matches off the fly. So he's a terrible booker. But yeah, we get the match between Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, and Roxanne Perez, right? Of course, Raquel, she interferes throughout the whole thing. Then eventually Stephanie Vaquer evens it up and super kicks Raquel, right? Roxanne gets, distracted by Stephanie, and then she just goes, "Look behind you," and Alexa Bliss hits her with the Sister Abigail. 1, 2, 3. Roxanne, that's your fault. You should have never got distracted. I get it. That's one of your members, but yeah, you lost the match, right? So Alexa and Charlotte looking strong into the Royal Rumble, but I don't think any of them are gonna win, to be honest with you. Then we get an interview with Jordynne Grace, and she says she's gonna win the Rumble. Then Jade attacks, right? And she goes, "Oh, you ain't gonna win nothing," and whatever. They brawl, and then they had to get separated. Oh man. So yeah, that's what happened there. All right, then we get Axiom versus Johnny Gargano. But before we get to that, Johnny and Candice was on the way to the ring, and Nick says Candice is barred from ringside, and if Axiom wins, he gets his mask back. Of course, they're furious. Finally, we can end this thing, right? So we get on with the match. Yeah, Axiom wins. He wins. He gets his mask back. So Johnny takes his mask off, the one that he was wearing during the match. Then there was this moment where he's in the corner. I'm pretty sure everybody saw his face, right? We don't see it, but they do. And he grabs the mask that was in the corner that was stolen. That started this whole thing. He puts that one on. He puts wow. He puts it on. And Johnny turns around, doesn't realize it, and boom. He hits him with the golden ratio. 1, 2, 3. So now he has his mask back, and we can finally put this to bed. Now what we do with Johnny next, I don't know. Tommaso went to AEW, which is good for him, but I just hope AEW doesn't waste his talent like how WWE did. I don't say they wasted him; they just didn't have much for him. There's so much going on in WWE. I don't want to say the word wasted. I feel like that's a nasty word to use. There's so much going on, so many main eventers WWE has that it's just like, of course they're gonna have more eyes on them than what they were gonna do with Ciampa. You know, it is what it is. And AEW, look at their monsters they have over there. I don't know. If they can keep Tommaso, going for that mid-card scene. I don't know he's gonna be in the main event scene, but let's see. But yeah, that's going totally off topic, but yeah, let's see what they do with Johnny. I hope they don't just forget about him, and because if that happens, then he might eventually join Tommaso. I wouldn't mind that, right? They could be a good tag team over there. But I think Tommaso wants to have a singles run, to be honest with you. But yeah, he gets his mask back, right? And then because of the backstage with ILJA, Carmelo goes up to him, and he doesn't trust Carmelo. And Carmelo's just trying to tell him, he had nothing to do with that, but he's not hearing it. He thinks he's full of it. But then we cut back again. They were setting up so much tonight. There was so many backstage interviews, so much segments. It was just like, okay. So Trick Williams, he says, what did he say? He said he had a website called The One Trick Willie. Says he's been putting great performances everywhere he's gone, the tour, everywhere, London, everywhere that they've been, he's been great, right? And he'll do it again at Saudi Arabia. So yeah, let's see. But I'm sorry, Trick, I don't think it's gonna be your night. Hate to be the that guy, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Then we get AJ Styles ring segment, and he says he's gonna win. Everybody's gonna win, but not the Rumble. He's having a career match with which kind of like, that one right there. Just I don't know. That one's a little scary for me. I don't know what's gonna happen. Let's see. And am I going crazy? But did they say that Gunther's no longer in the Rumble because he's having his match with AJ? I could have sworn I heard that. And if he's not in the Rumble, wow. They're doing this thing where I guess if you have a match on the card, you're not going to perform again into the Rumble. So that's interesting. I don't know. I think I heard that wrong, but I could have sworn I heard Wade say that he's no longer in the Rumble to have this match with AJ. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I heard that wrong. You tell me in the comments. I don't know. Okay, AJ said he's gonna win. Don't worry. He's gonna have a couple one more as well. A couple people like Cody. What did he say? He said Cody No, he said Cody, Randy, and everybody was cheering CM Punk. He was gonna say CM Punk, but then Gunther comes out, right? From the crowd. He doesn't even come out, for entrance. He just comes out of nowhere, and he tells AJ, he knows what the outcome already, and he made a big mistake, and he says he realizes it. He said he's gonna make him tap like he did John, and then AJ says, "Oh well, last time I remember, you were the one that tapped out like a little bitch." That upsets Gunther. Yeah, he walks away. He doesn't even want to hear it. He's pissed. He's gonna fight, but he's like, I'll see you tomorrow. So I don't know. I hope Gunther doesn't kill AJ. Honestly. Then we cut to a segment with what I was gonna say Tommaso. Whoa, Tama Tonga, right? Shinsuke is in the back. Tama goes up to him and he goes, "What happened to the old Shinsuke?" Right? That's what he's implying. He said the old Shinsuke would have beaten AJ Styles. He said maybe it's time to do a Nakamura farewell tour. I don't know. The way he said it, he said a Nakamura farewell. I don't know how he said it. And then Shinsuke laughs and he goes, he challenges him for a match next week. And then Tama just smiles like, all right, they talk Japanese. I don't know what they're saying, but if you know Japanese, tell me in the comments. I have no idea. But yeah, so AJ Shinsuke challenges Tama Tonga next week. Then we get the Miz and the Miz versus ILJA Dragunov. I'm very surprised that Miz hung he hanged in there with Ilya. I was very shocked. At one point he was on top, right? And I thought this was just gonna be like he was gonna get the jobber treatment. But no, he hanged in there with Ilya. But at the end, of course, Miz jumped up the rope. That was a terrible idea because he hit him with the torpedo mascot, right? And followed up with the H-bomb, and he wins. So yeah, I think right there that ends that. But then we get the video package with the MFTs. Solo says he said what he was gonna do. He took the lantern and he took the tag team titles, right? And he took the tag team titles away from them. But then we cut to like the White Six, and Bo is saying he's gonna get the lantern back and he's gonna get the titles back. So all right, let's see if he's telling the truth, and hopefully when that happens, let's end this thing, please, because this thing has been going on for a while. And before we get to the main event, then they had a Obafemi video package. So we already know he's in the Rumble. They wasted that, but I don't know, I guess they did what they had to do, right? Just to hype up Oba some more. All right, main event time. We had Division, right? They all came out. We had Randy, Sami, Uso. I don't know if it was that order, but they all came out. Then Division attacks. They attack all of them before Cody even get in the ring. Cody's song hits and he's running, sprinting down the ring to make it even. So yeah, a lot was going on to the match. It didn't even end in a winner. Again, another main event with a disqualification. I don't know what they're obsessed with these disqualifications in the main event. I don't know why. Can we stop doing that? It doesn't look good, and it's like you're doing it over and over and over again. And it's just like it's getting old. So yeah, Drew attacks Sami. That causes a disqualification. Then Jacob Songs comes up and he attacks Drew, right? Then Cody comes out. He attacks Jacob. And then Drew attacks Cody and gets him in the ring. He's gonna set up the wow, I can't even think of the damn move. Whatever. He sets him up, right? And Sami comes with a Hallelujah kick and takes him out. Then Sami and Cody attempt to pick up the title together. Well, he attempts to pick up the title, and then Cody grabs it as well. They both hold it, and then all of a sudden, Braun just spears them both out of nowhere. So yeah, they're setting up a lot of things. We don't know if it's gonna be Braun. We don't know if it's gonna be I don't know. The rumors are it was gonna be Roman to set up that CM Punk match, but then it could be Braun too. to do that rematch. I don't know what they're gonna do. But yeah, again, I'm gonna do a live stream for today for the Royal Rumble. Again, it's gonna be on TikTok, same name, same logo. So if you want to catch me on there, again, I'm gonna do that up until I can get enough subscribers, at least 100. I mean, I could do 50. If we can at least do 50, maybe we'll see what happens there. Let's do 50 and see how much interaction I get there. But 100 was the number I was trying to reach. But if I could hit 50, that'll be fine. I could do that. And let's see how that goes. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Like and subscribe. And I see you guys later on for the Royal Rumble. Let's enjoy this, guys.